you should already know what this is. And for those of you that aren't, just chill. See, we're going to get down to the other stuff here in a second. But what I'm always trying to get everybody to understand is everything is vibration. So, before we do anything else, just vibe.
Yeah. Well, I got a bone to pick like roses. I ain't feeling broken no more. Bought a fist that got spin, I know this. Talking shit, I wonder through the motives. Wonder who the fuck it's supposed to be. I ain't worried now until I leave. I'm just trying to ride and feel the breeze with something bad beside and next to me. Wind in my face. Don't stop now when I feel so great.
Guys, on the Sturgis, what's up, baby?
Slip on the sidewalk with the same bone that you pick on break. That's a motif. Yeah. When it's coming right back. So familiar, never been realer. Never felt so damn good where I'm at. I don't know what it's all about. Running through the many thoughts to count. Still ain't adding up. Let you know when I had enough. Yeah.
Beats by Bless Zone Out Music. Let's zone out.
I put some money on forever, but I don't like to gamble on the weather, so I just watch. Well, the sun is shining, I can look at the horizon. The walls keep getting wider, I just hope I'll never find them.
Let me welcome you to this Cancer Moon Vibrational Therapy. It's one of those manic moon days, and the moon is in Cancer. Just vibe. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in my door. And in doing so, understand this is not about ego. Nah, this is about algorithm.
Moving so fast, the clock looks slow. Water my seeds till the flower just grow. Yeah, love so much till my heart get broke. I don't really know how the normal shit go. I guess I just play it by ear. Silence is all that I hear. Listening close as I can. Growing up, 1, 2, 3. Jump. Nobody holding my hand, no. Trust is a problem, never know how. Yeah. That's why I just keep to myself. Get what I need, tell me out. Serve the universe with me. Lucifer is human, so are we. All I ever want is what I need, and that don't include your time and company. Follow me, we on the up and up. Remember when I owed $100? Now I look around like, what the fuck? If you don't fuck with me, you fucking up. I know I need to watch my temper.
So I
don't ever gamble on the weather.
just vibe.
Just watch. Wow. Look. The sun is shining, I can look at the horizon. The walls keep getting wider, I just hope I never find them, no.
Everything is vibration. These are my wings. Man, rest in power to the great Mac Miller, man. You know, when we were talking about full moon babies the other day, Mac Miller is the quintessential full moon baby. As a 29-degree Capricorn sun, 29-degree Cancer moon. He was in the thick of it. That's a cardinal conundrum. So talented, but yet so complicated. No, we ain't gonna go there. Look, if you haven't smiled yet today, this is my personal invitation for you to do so immediately. Let's start your week off like that. And if you can't find a smile for yourself, please allow me to be the smile on your face. Because at the end of the day, all I am is the smile on your face. All I am is the motherfucking vibe.
Yeah, yeah. The world is so small till it ain't. Yeah. I'm building up a wall till it breaks. She hated when I call and it's late. I don't wanna keep you waiting.
Hey,
I hope I'll never keep you waiting. Yeah. I think I know it all, but I don't. Why you always at the mall when you're broke? Yeah. And I just wanna ball, maybe dunk, but I never been tall. Yeah. I might trip, I never fall. God knows I came close. I know I probably need to do better. Fuck whoever, keep my shit together. You never told me being rich was so lonely. Nobody know me. Oh well, hard to complain from this 5-star hotel. I'm always in a rush, I've been thinking too much. But keep it on the hush, no one need to know just us.
you gotta kick the week off like that.
Don't need nothing but today.
We're gonna get into the astrology in just a minute, but first,
The world is so small till it ain't.
just sink into that Cancer Moon vibe. Let it get you in your motherfucking feelings. Let's reminisce when things were more simple.
Till it break, till it break, till it break, till it break. She hated when I call, and it's late, and it's late, and it's late.
I don't wanna keep you waiting.
I don't wanna keep you waiting. I hope I never
Make sure you hit the like button as you come to my door. This is priceless knowledge of self. We are the Vibe Tribe. There are thousands of us all over the world, so we're not thirsty for subscribers. We're not hungry for attention, no. We're going to raise this vibration with knowledge and information, so we're going to talk about astrology and numerology and all types of stuff that help you understand yourself better and thus raise that vibration.
Yeah, got a bad attitude, playing till I'm out of moves. No need for shame, I get more peace at slow speeds. Go beat the game, young control freak, it's cold in my veins. I'm below freezing, snow season made me. They know that I so need my space. Don't wanna grow old, so I smoke just in case. She say that I glow below the waist, and the stroke is just so PGA. All I got is a little bit of space and time, trying shapes and lines of a world we made. Tomorrow may be right around the corner, but I swear it's gonna be worth it if I make it right. There's somewhere above you keep reaching up. That's really all it takes.
Just fine.
We don't need nothing but today. The world is so small.
See, we're also in that one vibration today. So you don't need nothing but today.
Till it break, till it break, till it break, till it break. She hated when I call.
The new narrative starts now.
It's late, and it's late, and it's late. I don't wanna keep you waiting. I don't wanna keep you waiting.
I ain't gonna never keep you waiting. I hope y'all are good today.
9 times out of 10 I get it wrong. That's why I wrote this song. Tell myself to hold on. I can feel my fingers slipping in a motherfucking instant, I'll be gone. Do you want it all if it's all mediocre? Staring at the wall and the wall full of posters. Looking at my dreams, who I wanna be. I guess you gotta see it to believe. Oh, I've been a fool, but it's cool, that's what human beings do. Keep your eyes to the
What's
sky,
up,
never
Felix?
glued to your shoes. Guess there was a time when my mind was consumed, but the sun coming out now, clouds start to
I am
move.
Pluto.
Don't tell me nothing but the truth. I'm tired, I don't got a spare second. When I lose, I don't keep count, nobody checking.
No, we ain't gonna go there, because that's a perfect Cancer Moon vibe. Before we start that, hey man, Let me tell you something. I actually am Pluto. Being a Pluto and Scorpio in the first house, trying my sun and my moon, sextile Neptune. That's just a part of this. That's what you get when you get me, family. Now, look here. We're going to take just a few more minutes to let a few more people trickle in, and then we'll get down to it. Now, today, we're going to, of course, touch on the transits and elaborate on the aspects that might be affecting you. We're going to talk about it. But then after that, we'll talk for a few minutes in review about what I told y'all was going to happen with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I'm never wrong. I've never been wrong about a fight. Down to a T. Y'all better start listening to me. I can make you some money. You got to pay attention to the shit I be saying. But same thing with the election. I'm able to separate my emotions from the equation and look at it objectively. No matter what I want to happen, I'm going to be able to use the energies at hand and show them in relation to these individuals' charts on that evening. And then I'm always going to be able to get the outcome that I know is going to happen. You got to pay attention. The stars be letting you know. And happy early birthday to Natural Mystic. Or Natural Mystique. Is it Mystique or Mystic? Let us know so we can address you appropriately. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, today we're in that one vibration. The new narrative starts now. Right motherfucking now. Smile. Sorry, I'm feeling myself today. Sorry. So let me... Hold up. Now, as I was just explaining, for those of y'all that aren't already initiated, this is priceless knowledge of self. We are the Vibe Tribe. There are thousands of us all over the world already, so we're not thirsty for subscribers or hungry for attention. No, we're going to raise this vibration with knowledge and information. So we're going to talk about astrology and numerology and all types of stuff that help you understand yourself and energy better and thus raise that vibration. So if that ain't for you, swipe up, bitch. Because if you come in on some troll shit or some negative shit or some hating shit, either myself or one of my constituents, meaning my moderators, and we're just getting started. We're just a few minutes in. There are lots of moderators because there's going to be lots of people that come through here. All right. If you come in on some bullshit, either myself or one of them is going to ban you immediately. I'm talking about exile you expeditiously. And it has nothing to do with hate because that's just what you're doing. No, this will be out of love. Because as I said, we have a vibration to maintain. So we're going to jam to a little bit of music so we can set that tone. The moon is in Cancer, so we're going to be in this Cancer moon vibe. And then after that, once it feels right, because how you feel is the only thing that's real, that's when we'll get to talking about what's going on astrologically. So, let's get into this Cancer moon vibe.
My regrets look just like texts I shouldn't send.
Just fine.
And I got neighbors that more like strangers. We could be friends. I just need a way out.
On my end.
I'll do anything for a way out. On my end.
Just fine.
In my own way, just feel like living.
Make sure you hit the like button, man.
Reality. And I was drowning, but now I'm swimming. Too stressful, why?
Just another manic moon day.
And all the things I do. Spend a little time in what I won't tell you. I'll probably never even tell myself. Don't you know that sunshine don't feel right
Sakshi. You see the blue? What's up, Becky? They told me it only gets better. My regrets look just like texts I shouldn't send. I got neighbors that more like strangers. We could be friends. Leon, I'm getting paid to help tell people what to do with their lives. I hope that was worth the energy that it took to type that out, my brother. Just vibe. Thank you, Sakshi. Ain't that beautiful right there, man? But to be honest, I don't think it gets more Scorpio Sun, Cancer Moon than this one. You hear me? I don't think it can get more Scorpio Sun, Cancer Moon than this. You hear me? So we're gonna listen to this one. I don't know if this is gonna be the last one, maybe one more, and then we're gonna get into what's going on astrologically. So just vibe. This is so fucking poetic and emotional and nostalgic and real, and it's just like, man. Everything is vibration. You hear me? Thank you, Sakshi. I know a little bit of Vedic also, of course. My understanding of the nakshatras helps me form an understanding of energy that is quite unique in its own right. So I actually utilize them in a way. Because the nakshatra separates it from this placement, which means this sign or this house, and it actually explains that energy of that specific place. I don't need to lie no more. Nowadays all I do is shine, take a breath and ease my mind, and she don't cry no more. She tell me that I get her high, cause an angel's supposed to fly. I ain't asking why no more. Oh no, I take it if it's mine, I don't stay inside the lines. It ain't 2009 no more. Yeah, I know what's behind that door. Yeah, okay, you gotta jump in to swim. Well, the light was dim and this light was sin. Now every day I wake up and breathe. I don't have it all, but that's alright with me. Take it nice and easy, took a flight to see me. Send you back home with a light that's beaming. The whole team about to figure it out. We ice cold, that's what winter about. And sometimes, I wish I took a simpler route. Instead of having demons that's as big as my house. Have a ball with it, dribble and bounce. Cause the party ain't over till they kicking me out. Yeah, isn't it funny? We can make a lot of money. Buy a lot of things just to feel a lot of shout out to the Dominican. I was gay, high and muddy. We worldwide. For me, but I don't need to lie no more. Nowadays all I do is shine, take a breath and ease my mind, and she don't cry no more. She tell me that I get her high, cause an angel's supposed to fly. I ain't asking why no more. Oh no, I take it if it's mine, I don't stay inside the lines. It ain't 2009 no more. Yeah, I know what's behind that door. For real. Yeah, they ask me what I'm smiling for. Well, because I've never been this high before. It's like I never felt alive before.
I'd rather have me peace of mind than one. You see me and you, we ain't that different. I struck the fuck out and then I came back swinging. Take my time to finish, mind my business. A life ain't a life till you live it. I was digging me a hole, big enough to bury my soul. Weight of the world, I gotta carry my own. With these arms, I can carry you home. I'm right here when you scared and alone, and I ain't never in a hurry. You don't never gotta worry. Even when it's 7:30 and the time is running low. When your heart get cold, see what's behind all them unturned stones. And I'm a pro when it come to my job. But really, I'm just trying to start believing in God. Now when
That
it
hits
gets
home.
hard, I don't panic, I don't sound the alarm.
Man.
Because I don't need to lie no more. Now
Wait, one more time.
with these arms, I can carry you home.
This is what he said one more time.
Scared and alone, and I ain't never in a hurry. You don't never gotta worry. Even when it's 7:30 and the time is running low. When your heart get cold, see what's behind all them unturned stones. And I'm a pro when it come to my job. But really, I'm just trying to start believing in God. Now when it gets hard, I don't panic, I don't sound the alarm. Because I don't need to lie no more. Nowadays all I do is shine, take a breath and ease my mind. She don't cry no more.
No, I'm not Indian.
Tell me that I get her high, cause an angel's supposed to fly. I ain't
I'm
asking
Narnian.
why no more. Oh no, I take it if it's mine, I don't stay inside the lines.
It ain't 2009 no more. Yeah, I know what's behind that door.
I don't need to lie no more. Nowadays all I do is shine, take a breath and ease my mind.
Bro, he was a true musician, a true artist, bro.
Tell me that I get her high, cause the angel's
Like,
supposed
man.
to fly. I ain't asking why no more. Oh no, I take it if it's mine, I don't stay inside the lines. It ain't 2009 no more. Yeah, I know what's behind
Like, Mac is a
that.
true fucking artist, was a true artist. Transcends time, race, space, age. Like, Mac Miller was something special, man. Those people born on those full moons are motherfuckers, man. But it's hard for them. It's hard for Cancer moons, period. They have all of those feelings. Kurt Cobain was a Cancer moon. Mac Miller, Capricorn Sun, Cancer moon. So yeah, Mac Miller, man. True artist. I wasn't on the XXX wave. No disrespect, that just wasn't me. But I respect it to the fullest. That wasn't the wave I was on. I'm a little older than that. And I'm from Texas. I don't know what we're gonna talk about yet.
Hey, turn my beat up a little bit, yeah. For real,
I got you, Jordan. Hold on.
Louder. Alright, cool.
Just vibe.
She keep on getting played like it's recess. Break her heart's a reflex. She wanna hit the beach and show her titties down in Key West. Someone leave her crying all the time and now she finally out of Kleenex. Sick of dudes not giving her the respect, cause really she a genius, a CEO. Trying to be on top alone, she don't keep them close. She been waiting for the opportunity to be a boss. Tough bitch probably would've thought she played lacrosse. Sick of being soft with her heart broken all the time. Want some money too, fucking dudes and falling all in love with who is nothing new. Only coming through the
BB, we're gonna talk about what's going on astrologically and all this stuff in just a minute. I'm vibing, just a second.
Get rich and have a crib made over, but she gon' do a party with a cup full. Ain't gon' trust you, but she gon' fuck you. She wants diamonds, she wants gold. She's scared to let you get too close. And she been high and she's been low, but now she finally on her own. And they been looking, so they been finding. 'Cause she ain't running, she ain't hiding. Until she finds her place back.
How's this weed? Fan-fucking-tastic.
She gon' be rich as fuck. In high school they were calling her a slut, but now she coming up Louis Vuitton on and juicy on the bus. See the bitches that be hating like, what's up? Cause they ain't doing nothing and she out here stunting. Middle finger to them hoes, all the bitches had it coming. Yeah, on top of the world, she looking down. Invite you to the crib, let you look around. Just a fucking tease, trying to get your cheese. Invite you out to dinner cause she wanna eat for free. She could pay it if she wanted to. She won't though. Go home, she got more dough. She wants that bitch, she wants gold. She's scared to let you get too close.
Mood in Cancer is a move.
She's been low, but now she vibing on her own. And they've been looking, so they've been finding. Cause she ain't running.
You might catch yourself shedding a tear.
Until she finds her way back home. Where she's vibing on her own.
Everything is vibration. Remember that. Now we're about to talk about what's going on astrologically, y'all.
She wants that bitch, she wants gold. She's scared to let you get too close. She's been high, she's been low.
That's a vibe, ain't it?
Vibing on her own. And they've been looking, so they've been finding. Cause she ain't running, she ain't hiding. Until she finds her way back home. Where she's vibing on her own.
That's how you start your week off. No. We can't do that. We can't do that. Look, before I go any further and before I get into what's going on with the transits, let me implore everybody to go check out Blue Aliens. That's www.BLU3ALIENS.com. You understand? That happens to be one of our Vibe Tribe members, the Witcher on these hoes. Go fuck with it. Go check out them. They got some awesome astrology shirts. They got some crystals. They got THCA gummies that'll help you get your mind right, but also keep you perfectly legal in most places. They have some fungus, if you know what I'm talking about. They have other things that should remain nameless, but you should go check them out and use the promo code PrIcElEs. And you'll get 15% off of any order over $15. You understand? What's up to the water bearer? You hear me? So, let's get this going back over here. And we're going to talk about what's going on astrologically. I hope everybody's doing fabulous. You hear me? Hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button yet. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Go join the motherfucking tribal council so we can get some members-only content going through there. So we can actually offer some better perks going through there because we have enough that we can actually offer some true discounts and we can start having classes there where I teach the tribal council as a whole. You understand? So make sure y'all do that because we can have some classes where I'm on there and y'all we can be live and I can teach you and we can get it going for real. So make sure y'all go join the tribal council. It's like $5 a month. Not only is that showing support for the channel, but it's also putting yourself in a position for some deals, for some perks, and for some opportunities for as if we get and meet our threshold of how many we need, which I think there's a lot of people fell out, and I ain't mad at you if you fell off. That's on you. But there's like 10 or so now. We need to get it to 30 at least, and there should be 300 or 3,000 with the amount of subscribers that we have on the channel. So we need to get that there. That way that works out. You understand? And so just so we get there with that. And what else can I say? Oh, y'all go join StarTheSociety.com. That's our own social media network that caters specifically to people who are into tarot and astrology and numerology and all types of those occult practices and mixed techniques. You understand? And that's a whole social media network catered just to us. It's actually on the Mighty Networks app, But what you need to do is just go to starthesociety.com, and once you log in and create your account, it'll automatically send you to download the app. And when you download the app, it'll turn into the Star app for you, which is our own social media network that caters specifically to the people that are into that type of stuff for you. And you don't got to worry about getting zucked. You can thirst trap. You can express your feelings. You can have freedom of speech. And it's a beautiful thing. You understand? And you ain't got to worry, unless you're threatening somebody violently, then that probably would be an issue. But it's something that my sister put together. It's something that my partners put together. I wasn't a part of this, but what I did was I took care of our group as a whole and facilitated our group while they took the time off to go put this network together for us. And so go join the Facebook group, STAR, the Society of Tarot and Astrology Readers. But if you want a more inclusive experience, go to starthesociety.com. You will create your account, and there are some paid tiers, but I mean, that's up to you if you want to. There's also free access to plenty. And then once you get in, you actually go download the Mighty Networks app, which it'll direct you to. And once you download the Mighty Networks app and you already have an account, the Mighty Networks app, it just transforms itself into the Star app for you. And so that's something that's really cool. It's beautiful to have that community. So go check it out. Let me also warn you though, with Star, we do a lot of shit posting. We will roast your motherfucking ass, so you need to leave your emotions at the door when you want to join that shit right there. All right, leave your emotions at the door because you will get roasted. Now, I will also say there is not really a safe space for a man in Star. You can be there and you're welcome, but for you to assert your male ego would probably be problematic for you. Just so you know, it's a goddess-driven community. And they want to speak freely, and let's just say I'm the king of Star, and there can only be one, and there's actually two of me, so there's already too many. You hear me? And they'll turn on me in a minute. So just so you know, it's not a safe space for a man. You'll be all right. They're not going to just down you all the time, but there might be some times where you feel uncomfortable because it's not something that's catering to the male experience. And to be honest with you, the world has never catered to the female experience, so it'll be all right. You'll be fine. But just so you know, it is a beautiful sense of community. You don't have to worry about all of the limitations that are put on you and the restrictions that can get put on you when you're dealing with X or Twitter or Facebook or any of that stuff. You can speak how you want to speak, and it'll never be a problem. And there's all types of stuff that goes on there. Beyond that, there's also all types of contests with tarot readers and astrologers. There's giveaways. We have the 12 days of Starmas coming up, where we're going to have giveaways with people, where we're going to be catering to our community, where we give back. We adopt a starling, each one of us. We take, as far as the admins go, we take care of everything. And so it's a beautiful community. You just got to go fuck with it. You dig? So that's starthesociety.com. But once you get there and you create your account, it's going to direct you to download the Mighty Networks app, which will just turn into the Star app for you. And you will have your own social media network that's catered specifically to astrologers and tarot readers and numerologists. And it's just a really cool community. And hey, there's spaces for parents, there's spaces for learning, there's spaces for culinary stuff, there's spaces for people who like to smoke weed, there's spaces for gamers. There's also a Star Discord in it, and on Discord, there's so much as far as Star goes. It's basically a corporation that Joali, which is my sister, the Queen Machete, has put together. And also go check out Queen Machete on Instagram and on Facebook and on Patreon. She's an amazing tarotist, astrocartomancer. She helps people learn how to live in lunar synchronicity. She is a financial advisor that will help you make a whole bunch of fucking money. I remember our first time we ever worked together, she made me $4,000 in one day. No bullshit. She said, oh, no, you need to be doing this and this and this and this. And as long as I listen, it's just boom. I was on point with it. She blessed me with that. And so that was beautiful with this. All right, so just go check her out, Queen Machete. She's the creator of Star. I'm one of the curators. It's a beautiful experience. Tell them you fuck with me and you'll always be protected because, like I said, I'm the king there. And I ain't gonna let nobody ever disrespect anybody in my vibe tribe. And we're just all gonna grow together. And it's also specifically protective of people of color too, just so we know that. You understand? Joali is, she looks black, but she's Puerto Rican. Daniel and her husband's Puerto Rican. They actually live in Puerto Rico. They have a beautiful family that they're starting in Puerto Rico, them and their daughter. They're activists in their own way. He is an artist, a musician. He has a Machete Clan comic. He has all types of stuff. He's a visionary in his own right. And so, go check that shit out right there. That's Star on Facebook, the Society of Tarot and Astrology Readers. But also, if you want something that's separate from Mark Zuckerberg's touch, go check out starthesociety.com, make a membership, and then you'll be directed to download the Mighty Networks app, and you'll actually be tapped into a whole social media network that's catered specifically to tarologists and astrologers and numerologists and this community that we love. And also people who do energy work, whatever you want to call yourself. You understand? Because some people want to be called witches. Some people don't want to be called witches. Some people want to just say, hey, I work with energy. Some people want to say they're mystics, they're mediums, they're this. So there's a whole network of people that share their gifts. And so it's beautiful. And if you get in with the right people, there's just opportunities for you to learn so much. And also, if you have a business, for you to get plugged in with the right people who can help you grow your brand. And so that's awesome. And I'm one of the facilitators there. I'm the main facilitator of the Facebook group. I'm in charge of the Facebook group. But with the app and everything, I'm always going to be there. My presence is always going to be strong. So just so you know. And so when you ask about what a Cancer moon is, so a Cancer moon, when you're speaking on a person, a Cancer moon is somebody who was born when the moon was in Cancer. Like right now, the moon is in Cancer in Western astrology or tropical astrology. All right. It's in Gemini in Vedic astrology or sidereal astrology. And specifically, it's in Punarvasu Nakshatra. You understand? Punarvasu. Punarvasu is about the source, coming back to the source. Starting over again, but coming back to the beginning. It's ruled by the goddess Aditi, who is the mother of the gods, basically. And it's about the source and coming back, and it's about spirituality and nurturing and just coming back to yourself and to your own. And that's beautiful with the energies that we have going on. But yes, that's what Punarvasu stands for. Just so we know. But as we're in this right here, when somebody's born with the moon in Cancer, that's going to give them certain ways that they express themselves emotionally. And it also speaks to what they need as far as comfort and nurturing and safety. All right. And so that kind of goes into that. Just so we know. If you just chill, you're going to learn a lot. All right. So are y'all ready to talk about what's going on cosmically? I'm loving this look today. You know what I'm saying? I don't even wear the chains or none of that shit. That shit is distracting. Just straight Cancer, chest out. You understand? Yeah. Sometimes when I'm hunched over, it looks like my shit is fat, but no, I still do 1,000 push-ups every other day. I was doing them 4 times a week, but that shit just was like getting hard on my shoulders. I'm an old man. That shit started getting hard on my shoulders. So I had to say, hey, no, we got to do that. We got to kill that right there. Kill that noise. You hear me? Next time we come back, the moon will probably be about to be in Leo or be in Leo. And that's a whole different energy in itself. It'll be 29 degrees of Scorpio, the moon in Leo. Y'all weird than a motherfucker. All right, let's get into what's going on astrologically, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't subscribed. That's the least you can do. Hit the Cash App that's pinned right there in the chat. Hit the super sticker, the super thanks, or the super chat. Let me know you fuck with me, because we about to get started into some deep shit. Because, make no bones about it, with the sun at 27 degrees of Scorpio, this is some deep shit. That's the truth. And when you see this sitting at 27 degrees of Scorpio in Western, I mean, it's also in Scorpio in Sidereal or Vedic. So this is true Scorpionic energy. This is the depths of darkness. You understand? And when you see us going out on this motherfucking Cancer moon energy as far as this Scorpio season, that means there's going to be some stuff from the past that comes up. Just so you know it. There might be some trauma or some emotions about stuff from the past that gets stirred up, stuff that you buried or stuff that you kind of try to keep deep down because you know how dangerous it can be. That type of stuff comes bubbling up. And if that ain't trouble enough, the sun is opposite to Uranus, trine to Neptune, and sextile to Pluto. And so when you see the sun in Scorpio, first of all, that means things are operating at extremes. There is no gray area. There's no place to operate in between. It's one thing or the other. Now, this also means your emotional nature is going to come from somewhere deep inside of you. Some places unexplained. Some places where sometimes it's all you can do to keep it contained. But that's also where passion resides, and you can use that. Yeah. But this is also where things die. Yeah, this is also where things die. See, Scorpio season says some things need to be destroyed in order for other things to flourish, or for other things to be reborn, or for things to be reformed. Because this is about transformation and intensity and power. But also, you're going to need control. You need to learn how to wield it appropriately, or it's just going to be dangerous. See, that's the thing when it comes to power like this. And so these emotions that people are going to have over the next few days, these are going to be powerful emotions. This is going to be stuff that comes up from long ago. Oh, long ago. And with the sun opposite to Uranus, it's going to be hard to keep calm. Don't get it twisted, man. Like, this shit is a trip. You know, I read earlier that when the sun is opposite to Uranus, there's like this negative light that's shining on people expressing their individuality in a progressive way. And so you look at this right here, and this being Scorpio and Taurus, it's like you need to chill the fuck out. But what you feel is unique to you. What you've been through is unique to you.
Perfect.
It influences your value system. It influences how the fuck you control everything that's going on in your world. It influences these emotions of yours that can become so fucking volatile. There's gonna be this conflict that arises between, you know, the urges inside of you, the passions that reside inside of you, and the need to keep calm, the need to stick to your values because you feel things so intensely you might have to act against your value system. You might have to adjust it, transform it. And the intensity of this right here is something that's so powerful it might make you have to change your approach to everything. Today is a new day. We're in a one vibration. Yeah. And then you also might just need to share it. I know it's hard. Because before you can share it, you have to first feel like you own it. And this shit that's inside of you is so dangerous, it's so deep, it's so dark. This might even be something secretive that you got inside of you. It's hard for you to even own it. So how could you ever fucking share it? But you got these feelings. Now, this can also be a good thing. You can feel so strongly about something. You can be so fucking passionate about something, you can't hold it back anymore. The urge to just take care of this and to do what you need to do is going to be something that's so powerful that you just might have to get it done, get it out. But there also might be some tears shed. See, the sun is trying to Neptune, so you're sensitive to everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. You hear me? There's just going to be this psychic attunement into everything. You feeling everything. Some of the shit ain't got nothing to do with you. You and your feelings. Yeah, I know. But because you're so emotional and you're so sensitive, I read that there's this potential for over-idealism to the point of deception. But I also feel like a lot of people be fooling themselves. They only see what they wanted to see. You only see what the fuck you wanted to see in the first place. So how was you going to learn anything from this? Once you feel so strongly about something, you don't see it clearly. This is the sun in Scorpio trying to Neptune in Pisces. Now you're in your feelings and you know you're vulnerable. Now, that vulnerability can also lead to some amazing artistry. I want you to understand this. This can be one of the most creatively productive energies you're going to see. The sun opposite to Uranus in Taurus, trine to Neptune in Pisces, sextile to Pluto in Capricorn. Hey, you can do something with this. You just got to use it. You can't let it destroy you. You got to use it. These feelings of yours, you can make them productive for you. This is Pluto's last day in Capricorn. Let me tell you. This right here won't happen again for another 250 years. This shit that's going on today, crazy as it is, it's not gonna be something that happens for another 250 motherfucking years. That's the truth. Pluto will not see 29 degrees of Capricorn for 250 years. So today, this is where you feel how fucked up it can be and how fucked up you are about it. Today, this is where you say, hey, you know what? The only thing that's going to help this is a change of pace and mindset. We're going to have to get revolutionary in this bitch. We're going to have to do some shit that's never been done before. You know, love or hate the story of what happened with the United States of America 250 years ago. When they say, hey, man, we're not going to take taxation without representation. We're tired of these Brits and these motherfucking blue bloods coming over here to where we live at and not doing anything to help us but taking our money. We don't want to do this anymore. We want to fucking be independent. You hear me? And we don't want a motherfucking king. We don't want some type of monarchy. So we're going to have to think of a completely different way to govern. We're going to have to approach this in a completely different way than it's ever been done before. See, James Madison said, you know what, let me put this together. I have this plan. See, a lot of people don't know what really happened in those times, and I've done a lot of research on this because I told y'all, since I've known about Pluto going into Aquarius, I've been really looking into that. I've been really going back and doing my research on what happened in those times with France and Britain and the United States and Britain, and what was going on with China in that time, and what was going on with India in that time, and what was going on in Africa in that time. But I took a very deep look in that period right before the Revolutionary War, and then that complete Revolutionary War of what went on as far as between the United States and Great Britain. And it just was like, man, you know what? They got us so fucked up. We're going to have to do something different. We're going to have to rebel. At that time, Britain had the most powerful navy in the world. They were one of the most powerful empires in the world, but the problem was they were sitting fat up north. Lazy, they was used to it. Oh, you know, that overabundance of success, that prosperity, it got them complacent and content. So they were not prepared for a war with somebody who was defiant and rebellious. And so we're at a point in our history right now where people are tired of the same old shit. That doesn't mean that there's going to be some type of violent act tomorrow. So don't think I'm saying that. I'm saying right now people's mindset is about to change drastically just like that. It's like, you know what? We have to be open-minded. You know, when people stop getting blinded by the bullshit and the stress and their responsibilities, they start to see what's really going on. And that shit is weird. You know, so many people were caught up in what was going on with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson and what was going on with the election that they didn't pay attention to that congressional committee having this debriefing basically with them having to admit that there is intelligent non-human life here on Earth, and it's in the oceans specifically. You understand? For whatever that means, people say, "Oh, that's you know, whatever you want to call it." But that's something that they have specifically, and we've heard this before, but this is something that they've confirmed in the government debriefing, like it isn't anything. And so you just kind of see this right here. There were democracies in the world, but there was not this type of democracy that they had here with the three branches of government that in the model that the United States used, that James Madison crafted up, that he derived from ideas from other people. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. I understand you want to get your knowledge off and shit, and that'd be great. But yes, this was a completely, there's been democracy before that. But for them to have the three branches of government and the checks and balances that were put into place so they could operate together was something that was unique. The way that they made it fair to each individual colony, but also to the nation as a whole, was unique when they developed how they would be represented in Congress, and by having a House of Representatives and the Senate. The Senate has, each of them have 2 people. Now the House of Representatives, it has, you know, by population, they're going to have as many representatives as possible that are allowed through the population. And so there is this way for them to approach this as far as what's fair to each individual state because of their size and their demand, but there also is something that is as governed as a whole that is even and fair to all. And so that's something. And for them to have the judicial, and it failed ultimately now, but that's what the idea that they had. This model that they created, it doesn't work anymore. So they're going to have to reassess it, and they have to always reassess ways of governing. And so all of this was something that was incredibly unique, the way that they represented it. Because they were afraid that after that war, whoever was in charge of the army could take over everything in the United States. So even during that Revolutionary War, there was times during that Revolutionary War where the people were actually nervous that George Washington or even Cornwallis, which was the British, but he could eventually claim it for himself, but they were worried that George Washington or Nathaniel Greene or I'm trying to think the other guy, but one of those guys was just gonna go and make themselves the king. They thought that there was no way for them, if once they had control of the army, then they could just go at that point. Now that they're in charge of the army and they were the commander in chief of the armies of the Americas, they were just going to establish themselves as king. But George Washington, for whatever he was, because he, you know, at the end of the day, he was still a slave owner. He was all this, but for whatever he was, he said, hey, you know what? No, let me go to the Congressional Convention and let's go have a talk, because I'm gonna, you know, I don't want to be the king. We need this to oversee the democracy. And he was the president of the Constitutional Convention, and then beyond that, then they said, well, you know what? We unanimously vote you as the president of these United States, the first inaugural president of the United States, and they went from there. But they also knew at that time, for those of us that are history buffs, just so we know, and this is a Cancer moon, so it's perfect to talk about history, just so we know. It was also perfect for them to, at that time, they purposely ignored the idea of addressing slavery because they knew it was going to come up. They knew in that time right there that because of the nature of business and commerce in relation from the southern colonies to the northern colonies, that slavery was going to be an issue that had to be addressed at some point. But because so many, including Washington himself, whether it be Washington and Jefferson and so many of them were slave owners, and that's what their business were built off of because they were Virginians and they had tobacco, then they were ultimately just going to say, hey, you know what, this is something that we're going to ignore. So it has nothing to do with the preference. Right then they made a business decision because the new country that they were trying to establish needed that trade, in their opinion, for them to be able to flourish. But then when the invention of the cotton gin came and those things, that's when there started to be issues about it, because there's actually plenty of opportunities for you to get away from slavery, and so there was just this divide that was already there that concerned slavery when you're talking about South Carolina and Virginia and Georgia and those colonies in relation to Boston, which is Massachusetts, and New York and Pennsylvania, and those places that were more up north. So just so we know. Yeah, I be on my shit. Sometimes you got to take the time to really explore things and to really learn, because history in its way does have cyclical what's the word I'm saying, expressions. It's not just always going to be the exact same thing, but there are ways that things work out, because this energy is something that is in its own way volatile. But you have to think of the mix of where the other outer planets were at that time in relation to where Pluto was. It wasn't like Pluto was in Aquarius and Neptune was in Aries and Uranus was in Gemini at that time. Now, Uranus was in Gemini, but Neptune wasn't in Aries. And actually, every time Uranus has been in Gemini, there have been major world wars. And so the last time Pluto was in Aquarius was wartime. The last time Neptune was in Aries was wartime. So it's just like we're going through this point in the world where that's what people would call the Great Reset. But a lot of the times, as humans, that's the only way they know how to reset something, is to just destroy it. And so there's going to be this big mash out, this big fucking war that changes the way that the powers that be are operated or represented. So there's going to be a change in regime. There's going to be a change in power. There's going to be a change in the way that business works. And this is kind of the way that it happens. And I think that people don't understand how powerful we are. And we'll talk more about that here in a minute, because we do need to address Pluto going into Aquarius, because it goes in there tomorrow, like I said. Now, y'all weird as hell, man, in these comments. Bless your hearts. Now let's talk about the moon. See.
This is crazy.
See, the moon. That's right. See, the moon is now sitting at 5 degrees of Cancer. So ultimately, let me tell you, you're going to find yourself in your feelings, and you're going to find yourself being nostalgic. You're going to be thinking about the way things used to be and the way somebody else or a certain situation might have made you feel. You did. That's kind of how it goes. You're going to feel yourself just moodier than you usually are. And everything affects you. And there might be some times you're like, man, I don't even know why I'm tripping, but you're tripping. And, you know, when the moon is in Cancer, you have to understand the moon rules Cancer. So this is like the universe's way of telling you can't help how you feel. Now, you can help how you react to it, but you can't help how you feel. And you be trying to work. You be trying to chill. But the truth is, you can't help how you feel. And the moon in Cancer have you feeling some type of way. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And as I said, there's gonna be some people that are nostalgic. They can find themselves looking back, reminiscing. It's like back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I just wish I was a kid again. Just like that. It's like you have these feelings, but you're not in the driver's seat when the moon is in Cancer. You whitewater rafting, but you dropped your oar. You're just trying to stay afloat as the water washes downstream, but it's moving rapidly and there's rocks. Yeah, this is the moon in Cancer, coupled with the sun in Scorpio. Yeah. Tina, tell that man don't play with you like that. He better not have you crying. If that man got you crying like that, tell him no, 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 no. That's why you'll never fuck with Rodrigo. Or is he crying because he... Or you crying because you've been fucking up and you got caught up? See, that's what y'all women like to do. I ain't gonna be too hard on you. I ain't gonna press y'all, but y'all do like to do that. Y'all do like to start fucking up and get caught up, and then y'all want to cry. Oh, now you want to cry. Yeah, I know you. I'm giving you a hard time. BB, you said you have a moon in Capricorn. How is this going to affect you? It just depends. You have a moon in Capricorn, so you might be like agitated because you are sensitive, but that should just agitate you. Being in your feelings about shit just agitates you. So I would say you might be, when I say moody, you'll be more agitated than most people.
This is crazy.
Me, I'm good. I'm used to this type of shit. I'm a Pisces moon. I'm sensitive all the motherfucking time. I'm feeling everything. Shit that ain't even got nothing to do with me. I'm just feeling it. I just be feeling it, but I don't let it I don't really let it affect me, even though I feel it. I'm a Pisces moon, so that shit is there, but it's just like I ignore it. I just get high. I just get high, fuck it. Or go to sleep. That's my Pisces moon method. Start playing. I'm a real Pisces moon. I solve my problems with drugs. But no, I haven't done drugs in a long time. I smoke cannabis, but I haven't done drugs in a long time. But for real though, I was a real Pisces moon. If I get like that, I'm physically going to bender. I'm broke. But nah, for real. As a Pisces moon, yeah, I try to tune that shit out. I'm sensitive to everything, I feel everything, but I be trying to tune that shit out. Like, who has use for that shit? Or I play about it and joke about it. I also do that. But yeah. It gets like that. But yeah, that's the moon in Cancer, man. You just gotta roll with it. You're gonna find feelings. You might find yourself reminiscing. But you're an emotional being. You're an intelligent mammalian creature. Warm-blooded and emotional. Fine. Now, Mercury. Mercury is at 19 degrees of Sagittarius. And I love that for me because it's conjunct Uranus in my chart, so my brilliance is like right there. Like the shit I'm coming out is on point. But I'm really not even in control of that. That shit is just coming. But nah, with Mercury and Sagittarius, it's like you're so focused on the big picture that you might be missing some key details. You might be dead fucking wrong. And you refuse to see it because you only want to see what you want to see. Right? This is also where people are going to be selling propaganda. They trying to make you believe. Nah, fuck that. And it's also where people are going to be really blunt. They're going to be blunt and upfront. And that's cool to a certain extent. Till it ain't. Till it ain't. Till they have to be reminded that just because you're being blunt doesn't mean that was appropriate to say. You understand? Just because you're being blunt, that doesn't always equate to honesty. And even if you're being as honest as can be, you're telling it how you think it ought to be, not like it is. Yeah, that's Mercury in Sagittarius. You see things for what they ought to be, what they should be, what you want them to be, instead of what they are. And that's cool if you're trying to manifest big things. But when you're trying to take a logical approach to problem solving, that can get in the way. That can definitely get in the way. Wants to evoke emotional responses. And we'll talk more about that in a minute because that's a powerful thing to do. But yeah. And then Mercury's opposite to Jupiter. And that means there's so much shit being said, so much misinformation being spread, that the only thing you can learn from this is don't engage in the bullshit. Like, learn how to separate yourself from that. Like, there's just so much shit that's just being said blatantly. There's not much you can learn from it except hard lessons learned from mistakes made. This is how it goes. Like, this is extremely potent, know-it-all energy. and you have to look at the reception that's going on between these two here. They're exactly opposite to each other, or close to exactly opposite. They're still with less than 1 degree opposite to each other, right? Well, Mercury is in Sagittarius, where it just so happens to be in detriment. Jupiter is in Gemini, where it just so happens to be in detriment. Jupiter having Gemini here, and Gemini being ruled by Mercury, is ironic that Mercury has Sagittarius there. Sagittarius just so happens to be ruled by Jupiter. So this right here is one of those most powerful influences that we have going on right now. I know we all get caught up in everything else, but because of the energy that's being created between these two right here, it's like, man, people are going to learn from experience with this. Because you can't tell a motherfucker that knows everything, nothing. This is where a motherfucker's going to learn the hard way. Like, stop entertaining that bullshit. Motherfuckers just be talking. Like, this is how it is right now. It's interesting. Don't get it twisted. Mercury is in, I mean, not Mercury. Yeah, Mercury's in Sagittarius. Jupiter's in Gemini. It's interesting, but this shit right here is fucking,
This is crazy.
like, messy. Like, for real. And then Mercury's trying to Chiron. So you gonna learn from experience. You gonna learn. I promise you. You gonna learn. With Mercury trying to Chiron. You're accountable for the shit you just blurt out. You're accountable for your beliefs. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you are accountable for those beliefs of yours. You choose what you entertain. So if you entertain some bullshit, you believe some bullshit, you get caught up in propaganda, that's on you. But you'll learn. Because you know you can trust in you. That's what you can trust in, you. That's how you have faith in God, is having faith in self. I don't think you heard me, though. I need a few more of y'all to hit that like button. I need a few more of y'all to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, right? Man. I almost clocked out on y'all. Yeah. Leave me alone. My wife been on TikTok watching them TikTok videos about the timeline shifting and Mandela effects and everything. So she sent me something, and she was talking about how she's always thought Thanksgiving is on the third Thursday of November for people that celebrate it. And I know a lot of people don't celebrate it because of the treatment for the Native Americans, and I respect that to the fullest. I mean, it's a family tradition, I guess I get caught up in. So I've never thought about the implications of it. It's about a family tradition. It's not about the traditional principles of what Thanksgiving stood for them. It's a coming together and for us to eat and break bread together and just enjoy family and to just set ourselves aside a time for us to really just indulge for that day, right? But anyway, she's been looking at them, and so she said something yesterday. She's like, well, it's because I'm on a different timeline than y'all. And I was like, well, how the fuck are we here together? No, I don't think that's what it means. She's like, no, it's because I'm on a different timeline than y'all. And I said, no, we're on the same timeline. And then she said, well, no, actually, I probably switched more than y'all. Y'all have been on the same one longer than me, and I just tapped into this one. Well, how come we've been in this one together? For 16 years. You understand? 16 years. 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 But nah, that shit was funny though. Nah, for over that since we've been involved with each other on or off since 2006 or 7, and so yeah, I first got a hold of that coochie back in the early 2000s. You understand? That's what happened to it. Surrey Moon, what's up, family? Is you ready for to start these classes or what? Tina, smile. The OG show TV. What's cracking, cuz? Uh, Vanessa Marie, what's going on in Canada? Are you off restriction? Are you off restriction? Do you hear me? That's what's up, Surrey. I woke up and I was this fine this morning. I said, goddamn. It's gonna be a good one. I said, this timeline right here is a good one. I said, man, you need to get off TikTok. But I had to tell my wife, man, get your ass off TikTok. What's up, Inquiring Mind? But yeah, to get your ass off TikTok. Like I have TikTok, but I don't be on TikTok. Stop swiping into the motherfucking TikTok conspiracies and sending me the video. like, hell no, I don't give a fuck. Me personally, I don't care about that type of stuff. I don't know, and I don't care because, like I'm gonna give myself a fucking aneurysm, like thinking about that. Like, no. I'm aware and open to the possibility, but that doesn't mean that's what I believe, and that's also not something that I want to entertain because, like I said, certain things like that can be projective, and so your brain starts to think everything is along those lines, and so you start to equate everything. Well, that timeline, and it's just like you are befuddling yourself because you can only do what you can do, and that means put one foot in front of the other, take one breath at a time. You dig what I'm saying? Just put one foot in front of the other, take one breath at a time, and understand what you can understand, and realize that your next breath is not even promised to you. So you just gotta keep fucking trucking, keep living, keep loving. You know. And back when I was on my spiritual journey, I'll tell y'all something else. Back when I first got on my spiritual journey, I was very deep into past life stuff and look, getting like I told you, I've had a past life regression, hypnotized past life regression, and it was amazing. And I've told y'all kind of what happened, and it is believable, and especially when I look at my astrology in relation to that, and my numerology in relation to that with my karmic debt, it does make a lot of sense. But at the same time, that could also be my brain in its own way of projecting, taking everything that I already knew and making this experience into something like that. And so I'm not sure what it was. And so at the end of the day, I don't stress myself out thinking about that shit. I've done two. I did a hypnotized past life regression and then another technique that another person used. One was in person and the other one was like in a video session like this. But yeah. I feel like they did something to me when I was hypnotized, though. There's part of that video that ain't being showed. When I was hypnotized, before I went hypnotized, I used to jack off left-handed. Now I can't do it. Now that left hand just does not feel right. Like that shit does not feel right. Like it just doesn't have the same touch. I'm a little uncoordinated. So, but before that, it just don't have that same like it don't have that same stroke game as that right one. You understand that? That right one. It's more cultured and helpful. That other one just ain't gonna do it. But yeah. But that right one? Yeah. Something special. Sorry, I'm sorry. I just be playing, but I'm still like I do not know why that laugh was so goofy. My bad, y'all. That laugh came from my soul. I'm sorry. I don't even know why I'm laughing. I might start crying in a minute. I'm a cancer. I might just start laughing and all of a sudden just start fucking sobbing. So I feel it coming on. For real. No, when I used to be on drugs, when I used to do dope, like I used to be a jack master. That's all I wanted to do. That was when when they say that that's my tweak. That's what a lot of them tweakers say. That's my tweak. I do this or I do that. Well, my tweak was jacking off. Well, really, it was like downloading pornography. I had a pornography addiction, which that's a horrible addiction in itself. Thank God I've been clean off for that for years now. But yeah, like you just get up. They went hand in hand for me. So getting high and going through that porn addiction and then fucking man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've like edged and and stroked that thing for 18 hours straight one time high. For 18 hours straight. I was a fucking madman. You understand when you edge for 18 hours straight what happens when you release? Like that shit got crazy, bro. Like super crazy. I fucking morphed into a Power Ranger. That shit was not. That shit was not fucking. I don't know. Dang, Rach, you lost your thing. I thought you was. I thought you was tribal council, Rach. You gave up on the tribal council too. Don't break my heart. But yeah. Hold on. Oh, it's a different Rach. There's more than one Rach. You're Rach Jones. They're Rach. That's the tribal council is the membership of the channel The channel memberships. The paid monthly channel memberships. There must be another Rach. You're Rach Jones. They're Rach, regular Rach. I can't even say they're regular because they're tribal council. You're regular Rach. And they're you're Rach Jones. Yeah, you need to join. There should be a join tab right there. It's like $5 a month. There's perks that come along with it. But join it. That's Rach. I mean, you either tribal council Rach or you. If you're not trying to be regular Rach, you need to join. Then you can be the Rachel Jones. Me and Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones. Yeah. But if not, you just regular old Rachel. So don't do it to yourself, Beans. Now, let's talk about Venus. Venus is now at 8 degrees of Capricorn. And look here. This is where the last time or the last thing anybody wants to do is waste their fucking time, waste their money, waste their energy investing in something that's not worth it, investing in somebody that's not worth it. So right here, this is where people do want to take their love nature seriously. They want things to have a definition, and even beyond the definition, they want it to have a title. Never forget, you know, when you look at Capricorn, you have to look at it being the 10th sign. You also have to look at Capricorn energy kind of being prominent within that 10th house placement. And so when you look at that right there, you have to understand that's where things are official. That's not who you are privately, that's who you are officially. That's not what you're projecting or expressing as in your first house. This is what has been established through reputation. Yeah. And so what you have up there, when you see this being Capricorn and Venus being here, is like, hey, today we need clarity. Today we need a title. Today we need purpose. If this ain't growing or evolving or maturing, then what the fuck are we doing? And if you ain't as serious as I am, then this is a waste of time. And the last thing I want to do is waste my time. So I done made up my mind. I'd rather be on my grind. See, this is Venus in Capricorn energy. Venus in Capricorn is like, hey man, this is an investment. Whether you look at it or not, a relationship with another person is an investment. And you also understand with Venus in Capricorn, if you want to take it away from the interpersonal perspective and you want to look at it from something that's more business oriented, you could say this right here is where people love a good plan coming together. This is where people love discipline. This is where that pays off. You put in the hard work, you stay disciplined, you stay grinded. You keep it strictly a business. And this is where business prospers. And then when you look at your relationships, you have to look at your relationships as investments. You are going to invest time and energy and money and love and vulnerability into an individual. So you want to see a return on that. And if you aren't going to see a return on that, it's not worth even saying or speaking on it. So what are we doing? Who are we and what are we? That's the question. And don't get caught up competing and comparing your situation or your relationship to the next people's relationship. That's also a part of that Capricorn energy. Don't do that, because people can do that and then they can cause issues in their own personal relationships with that. Now they're looking at where other people are in their relationship in relation to theirs. And then they're starting to think, well, they do this and they do that and they're this far. Well, their story isn't your story. So don't get caught up competing and comparing to where you end up developing a pessimistic perspective towards somebody that you care about or towards a situation that could actually be helping you grow or helping you learn more about your emotional nature, instead of looking for something that's going to be impressive. You dig? I'm teaching. I need a few more of y'all to hit the super sticker, the super thanks to the super chat. Hit that Cash App that's pinned right there. You hear me? Do that for me. I need y'all to go join the motherfucking tribal council. We need to have 3,000 members of the tribal council immediately. But in order for us to get to 3,000, we gotta first get to 30. Then after that, we can get to 300. Then we can get to 3,000. But it ain't nothing to it but to do it. For those of y'all that really fuck with me, you gotta look at that as something that you're just investing into, something that you invest into anyway. What's $5 a month gonna hurt you? You hear me? So make sure you hit that. Because if I want it, I'm gonna make sure I get that. You And you know what I mean by that? Because Mars is sitting at 4 degrees of Leo. So I know what the fuck I want. And I know I have all the tools I need to succeed. I have all the skills to pay the bills. And when I do it, I'm going to put a little flair on it. I'm going to put my personal hallmark on it. You're going to know it was me that did it. See, this is Mars in Leo. This is bravado. And bravado can take you far, especially when you consider the fact that Mars is still trine to the North Node. And so when you see Mars sitting here in this exact trine with the North Node, man, let me just tell you, this means this is going to give you the confidence you need to attack things head on, to take life head on, to move forward progressively, to do what's right for you. Oh, sometimes you have to be self-centered for growth. Sometimes it is about you. How are you going to help anybody else when your situation is so fucked up? No, when you do that, a lot of people don't understand that they're actually being counterproductive or sometimes downright dangerous. When you're not in the healed place and you go try to help somebody get out of a situation where y'all both end up fucked up. You see it play all the time in addicts. When a person is still struggling and they're still really, and I can't say always new, just when they're struggling and they know they're not strong in their resistance, and then they go to trying to save somebody who's doped out, and then they end up doped out with the person. It happens in relationships a lot too. You have one partner who is on the straight and narrow. You have another partner who's developing addiction. The other partner tries to help the partner in addiction, but eventually, if that partner is not strong and in a healthy place, then they're both going to end up doped out. This is something that plays out in reality. You got to learn something. And so sometimes you have to take care of you. And let me also say, when you're confident and you approach situations with that confidence and that bravado, sometimes you're going to see some stuff play to your favor that you never would have expected. See, confidence is sexy. Confidence is powerful. This ain't optimism. This is confidence. Optimism is hoping. Confidence is knowing. I know, motherfucker. Sagittarius can hope and have faith. Oh, no. Mars and Leo trying to the North Node in Aries. This does. It is. This is this right here. It's time to be a doer. Yeah. Like me. Smile right fucking now. Now, Jupiter is at 18 degrees of Gemini. Jupiter is retrograde until February 5th of 2025. And so with this right here, you just got to understand, with Jupiter stationed retrograde in Gemini, there's so many things that were said that shouldn't have been said. There's so many things that were started that never got finished. There's so many things that ended up chaotic. There's so much gossiping floating around. People are so fucking childish and petty. Like, man, it's the times that we live in. But it's also tragic. Like super tragic. Super tragic, fragilistic. But for real. I just got sleepy. It's been happening to me. Like, I only got like 3 hours of sleep last night though. But yeah, I got sleepy than a motherfucker real quick. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, Jupiter in Gemini, it's gonna be interesting. It is interesting. It's stimulating, but you can get overstimulated, and when things get interesting, they can also get messy. And it's like, man, like, what the fuck? And so try your best to be organized and disciplined, even though that's not easy to do with Jupiter and Gemini. You understand? Find some type of way to develop a creative outlet for this energy or a communicative outlet for this energy that could actually help you express this and communicate with people in a way that's healthy but also profitable or prosperous. But who am I? You know, I'm just a professional. Professional? But yeah, man, that's Jupiter and Gemini. And Jupiter sextile to Chiron, still. And when you see Jupiter sextile to Chiron, still, it's just like people are making mistakes, but as long as you hold yourself accountable and you're aware that you made a mistake, from that point forward, like, you can really see some growth come from that, no matter what the situation. Remember that. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck. Yes, the moon is on my sun, but it's getting away from my sun. I felt vitalized earlier. My sun is 4 degrees Cancer. The moon is on my sun, though. It's at 5 degrees Cancer right now. But I'm sleepy. Might have to go bust me a nut and go to sleep. I'm just playing. I'm just playing with no. Do something. Go in there and be a big back for a little bit. There's some spice cake in there. I might go in there, eat a little bit of that spice cake, and just get some rest, reset, get up in the morning. But for real. It's also possible that I go in there and start crying about something. But we got about an hour and a half before we go. I'm here for about an hour and a half, then we'll be out of here. I'm not going to extend it too far today. Dallas Cowboys play tonight. I'm going to get my heart broken later anyway. The Cowboys play tonight. I want to be fucking in my feelings later today anyway, so I might as well get some rest and rejuvenation before this motherfucking heartbreak comes through, because I guarantee it, man. They gonna piss me off. And if they don't, shit, I'm gonna be doing some type of special. The battle for Texas is on, but yeah, the Cowboys on Monday Night Football tonight. I might need a few days hiatus to get myself back together after this shit. How sorry these motherfuckers are. The Cowboys suck so bad, I was going to wear a Dallas Cowboys hat for the live today. I was going to wear a black turtleneck or a black thermal shirt with the blue vest and the Dallas Cowboy hat on. But I was not trying to get trolled. I was not trying to get trolled. So now I'm not wearing that shit. As sorry as the Cowboys are this year, I'll be damned. The motherfuckers are not finna fucking get on me. Not about the Cowboys. I'm sensitive about that shit. I can tell you keep talking about my teeth or my hair, calling me Drake, calling me whatever you be calling me. But Diddy, whatever, I don't give a fuck about that shit. But if you say something about them Cowboys, I'm gonna get in my fucking feelings. So keep the motherfucking Cowboys out your motherfucking mouth, player. Please. I feel like the Dallas Cowboys are the perfect Pisces moon obsession. Like, you gotta be delusional. Like, what the fuck? And I love the Cowboys so much. Like, y'all don't understand how much I love the Dallas Cowboys. Like, I love my wife, but the Cowboys, I'm gonna be honest, like, the Cowboys was here before her. If we split up, I'll still be watching the Cowboys. I'll still be loving the Cowboys. If we, I'll still be loving the Cowboys. So don't mess with me when the motherfucking game is on. Got me a here talking to the cameras. She's a Venus and Scorpio, so there's cameras in every room. So sometimes you just got to stand up in the camera and hope she don't run it back, but you're expressing yourself, but it's just like healthy. But there's a thrill in case she does see it, and then she don't. Like after the fight the other day, I got into an argument with one of my exes about Mike Tyson, right? And we was talking about size, and I was like, well, I'm actually, at this point, I'm not as muscular, but I'm at this point right now, I'm taller and I'm heavier than Mike Tyson. I'm 220. Well, where Mike Tyson was like 230, actually, I think, in the fight. So he might be 7 pounds heavier than me, but I'm 226 right now, right? And so I was talking about that, and I'm arguing, and she was like, hell no. I said, send me a picture, let me see, because I don't think you're that big. And so I sent a picture, but I didn't realize, because I was just arguing. I was in my Mercury and Leo mode. I was just arguing, right? And the picture was to prove a point. But I didn't realize what I had just done, which was sent a picture of me with my shirt off to my ex, and right there in front of all of social media. And I didn't realize it till afterwards that my wife has Venus in Scorpio, until I looked at my notifications on my phone. I just seen a mad face where on that picture I had just sent. And I didn't care if they're friends or not, because I wasn't thinking about me doing anything wrong, but I guess they're friends on social media too. So she saw that, but it wasn't no big deal or anything. Like, it's just like, I was like, you can look in the comments and you can see the conversation. You can see it wasn't sexual. I was just arguing. And she did, and she said, yeah, I know. But at the same time, like, when I saw that, like, there was that sense of dread, but there was also that thrill, like, here we go again. It's about to go down when she gets home, because she wasn't here. She was taking my son driving, because he's got his learner's permit, but she was out driving with my son. And so when I saw her, she left, and she didn't speak to me when she left. She just walked out, and then I saw that she had liked that right there. I was like, oh, shit, when she's coming home, it's about to go down. But I diffused the situation before it got to be anything it wasn't even an argument or a dispute or a debate, because I wasn't doing anything wrong. But I just needed to be more conscious of what I was doing. It was just like, it was a trip. Now Saturn, let's talk about Saturn, y'all, because Saturn is now direct in Pisces. And here comes the bullshit again. I'll tell you how it happens. I was itching and I felt something right here, and I was like, dang, is that a lymph node? And it's not. But I was like, is that a lymph node? I started freaking myself out to where I just started rubbing it. Ended up, I have a whole fucking, look, it's rubbed raw. There's a big ass scab right there from me rubbing. I lost my mind. And that's as soon as Saturn went direct. That shit is that crazy. And it's still on my moon. My moon is 8 degrees of Pisces. But I started fucking just like, damn, is that my lymph node swollen? I started freaking out like, oh, my throat, I have a swollen lymph node. That means I can't. And I started just freaking out for a second. I was just rubbing it to the point where I rubbed it raw over a whole day. Like, I rubbed everything off of there. Like, that's a huge scab right there. That's a scab from me doing this. Like, dang, is that my lymph? And it's not. It was literally like something else, but it definitely ain't no fucking lymph node. But I freaked out to the point to where I just like tripped out, man. But it's just like, now it's not the same. People thought, oh, the Saturn retrograde. No, Saturn direct. Now this shit's finna be moving again. And it's gonna get out of Pisces actually next year. But this is where it's crucial again. We're going back over these same degrees that we've already went over. So we went back over 19 through 12. Now we're about to go back 12 through 19. Or 12 all the way through 29. And we're going to get to Saturn in Aries before next year. I mean, not before next year, sometime next year. So we're going to go all the way now, all the way through Saturn in Pisces. And so, hey, I'm letting you know, this right here is the time where there's going to be some stuff that you just can't get away from. It seems like it's piling up and you can't get away from it. And it's going to feel like the universe or God or whatever you want to call it is picking on you. But it's not. It's just the stuff that you've been ignoring. It's the stuff you've been trying to avoid. It comes up. It's a part of the process. That's how karma works. It's that unresolved material. It's the fear. It's the resentment. It's the addiction issues. It's the hate. It's the insecurity. It's all of that shit right there that starts to really fuck with you, and it manifests as these issues in your life that you have to confront because you haven't confronted the emotion. It's Pisces. It's about how you feel about it. It's not just about the situation externally. It's about the emotion internally. It's still water. Remember that. So, hey, there's going to be some stuff where it's like, man, this shit right here, like, here we go. It fucks with you. My problem is I start freaking out. I start fearing. Start operating in fear. As soon as I got scared, I fucking started rubbing this. Like, there's fucking nothing there. And I fucking rubbed a fucking raw spot in my fucking neck. Like, that's crazy. That's like a tick. Like, that shit's not even normal or right. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, this shit is a trip. What's up, Asaya? Or Asia? Is it Asia? Or Asaya? Or Asia? But yeah. That's what happens, man. Saturn and Pisces. Uranus and Taurus. We've talked about this so many fucking times. Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus. So it's Asya. Asya? Is that it? Hold on, let me see what Beatrice Kennebrew said. All right, yeah. That's how you say it. But how your mama say it? Asia, get your ass in here like that. Is it how your mama say it? That's what's important. How your mama say it. Right, chat. Oh, name change, my bad. Vanessa, you better not get caught kissing that screen. Like, don't be doing that shit. You know that nigga, that man come in there and catch you. You getting shot back across Lake Erie. Better not let him catch you. For real. Y'all don't be doing that. Sorry. I don't know what has come over me. I don't know what it is, man. What's the energy? It's some crazy energy. Uranus retrograded Taurus. We talked about this so many times. There ain't nothing changed since last time. You gotta be careful and reassess your values right now. All right. Find a secure place to operate from, and that's not an environment or a setting. It is a mindset. So find a place in, as far as your mindset, that's gonna be stable, regardless of whether or not the world is a stable place or the financial market is stable. All right, because it's not. The world is not a safe place. The financial market is not stable, so you have to find a way to be okay regardless. And that means you have to constantly reassess your values and take an adaptable approach to life all the way around, because getting stuck or stubborn is only going to end up making things worse. So don't do that to yourself. Uranus is still sextile to Neptune. This is still them influencing each other. You know, this is the culture, and this is money, and this is the influence between them. You know, the bullshit of the projections and the fake shit and the shit that people do to make money, like that fight this weekend that I predicted. I need everybody to tell me now. Everybody that was here last live session, let's go ahead and give me my kudos. Did not say specifically what was happening. With Canelo and Charlo, did not say specifically what was happening. On election night, did not say specifically what was going to happen. With Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, did not tell you specifically what was going to happen. Did I not tell y'all specifically what was going to happen on Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul? Did not tell y'all Mike Tyson is old. He sucked 20 years ago. Did not tell y'all this. I'm on y'all's ass about this shit. You could have made some fucking money. In the last live session, I told y'all, Mike Tyson is old, and he was old 20 years ago. He sucked 20 years ago, so he's not just going to all of a sudden be some monster. He had a health scare. But I want you to pay attention to the verbiage that Jake Paul uses as you judge him, because that was a mockery that's made to the sport of boxing. But he does it for a good reason, per se. They knew Mike wasn't gonna be able to fight with him. They knew that shit. Those training videos that people see are from when Mike fought Roy Jones Jr. 4 years ago. And it's also different when you're hitting a bag, or when you're being paid to hold back, so you have to bite your gloves and say, "Oh, that's a tick he's always done." He keeps his gloves right here. He was never biting his gloves like that, first of all. Second of all, the fact of the matter is, when I say that Mike sold out, that doesn't mean the fight had to be fake, because there's different ways for that fight to be fake, per se. That means they could have special rules that did not give them permission to actually hurt each other. They could have had an understanding between each other that, hey man, it's not going to go like that. All of the build up to the fight, that's what they do to build up fights. So I'm not tripping about that. The slap, all that shit, like he stood there and ate that shit. That shit was something that was perfectly planned for them, and it was all to paint Mike as this ferocious beast still, so that when Jake Paul actually beat him, it's like, okay, now you see Jake Paul differently. He just, Mike was still in great shape. Mike was still ready. You see what Mike looked like, and then, oh, look, Jake Paul is such a bad motherfucker. He had to show mercy to the great Mike Tyson, and it was just all a fucking big show. It was a humiliation ritual. It's like, okay, we're going to show Mike Tyson naked on TV. Like, why would the professional Netflix cameraman pan to that, of all things, in that room in front of 60 million people? You have to ask yourself these things. Some people don't think deeper. And I'm not a fan of Mike Tyson as a person. Never have been. It's not my favorite person. I think he's funny, but I don't think he's... As a father with daughters and stuff, and you have to understand, when it came to those rape allegations and all of that, Mike Tyson has never denied them beyond when it first happened. He did when it first happened, but after that, after he's had this spiritual awakening that he has, when people ask him about that, he just says things like, I was done much worse. I was much worse of a person than y'all think, right? And so you just start to see that, but at the same time, I can recognize a humiliation ritual as it happens. And it doesn't have to be the ritual in the sense that people think, where there's sacrifices in this. No, this is more or less like, hey, Mike, we're going to pay you more than you've ever been paid in any boxing fight, and you're a legend. You're going to get paid more in this one night than you've ever gotten paid. But guess what we're going to do? We're going to whoop your ass in front of everybody, Mike. We're gonna show your ass, and then we're gonna whoop your ass in front of everybody, Mike. We're gonna show them that even the baddest motherfucker on the planet can be bought and humbled publicly. And you, the hardest motherfucking black nigga in the world, is going to have to be shown mercy by the mighty Jake Paul, who has never fought through the boxing ranks and doesn't fight anybody but washed up fighters. And so Jake Paul just uses Floyd Mayweather's model for business specifically. He makes you hate him and his personality. He says brash things, and he talks about money. He talks about what he does, and he gets you in, and he reels you in emotionally. And he reels you in emotionally to the point to where all you wish is that one of these old washed up motherfuckers that he's fighting will just beat his ass one time. Well, the problem is he's fighting 58-year-old men and old washed up UFC fighters instead of fighting through the boxing ranks for a reason. And that's because that's not what he's doing. He's trying to make this like WWE. This is wrestling. This is boxing and entertainment from him. And that's what that event was called. It's not boxing the sport. It's boxing and entertainment. And so it is very smart. I'm telling you, it is very smart. But that's what he does. Is he does the same thing Floyd Mayweather did exactly. He just took Floyd Mayweather's business model. He makes you hate him. He acts brashly. He says things on purpose because he's a Taurus moon too. Just like Floyd Mayweather's a Taurus moon, they have that same model. It's about the money. We don't care if you like me or hate me. My money is I'm in my pocket and I'm paid. And so Jake Paul is more or less like, hey, I'm making more money than anybody else in boxing right now. I'm running the sport of boxing in his opinion because he makes the most money out of everybody and he's not even a boxer. And so ultimately this is just kind of how it goes. He makes you hate him. He makes you respond to him emotionally so you can't think logically. And so you didn't even think anything right. You just thought because of what you saw in training videos, you just hoped that a glimpse of the old Mike Tyson was coming back because in your mind, Mike Tyson was such a bad motherfucker that if just for 5 seconds, the old Mike came back, he would kill Jake Paul in that boxing ring. Not just knock him out, but fucking kill him and bite his fucking head off and knock him out and dismangle him. That's what this myth that you've built up in your head. But for them, it's like what we're going to take is this image that y'all have of Mike Tyson and this detest and hate that you have for Jake Paul, and we're going to make $100 million off of it easy. And so we're going to give Emmanuel Serrano the highest payday she's ever made in her career. We're going to give Katie Taylor the highest payday she's ever made in her career. We're going to pay Mario Barrios the highest purse he's ever gotten for any boxing fight, even when he fought Tank Davis. We're gonna take Mike Tyson. We're gonna pay him $20 million in one whop, and we know he fucked off a whole bunch of money that he still has children. And Mike, you have to understand, Mike has openly said that he does not have an ego. So Mike doesn't give a fuck about being publicly humiliated. As much as that's what it was, and they showed his naked ass, Mike don't give a fuck. Mike thinks he doesn't deserve it. That's what he deserves. Mike, if you listen to his interview with that little kid, he said, hey, I'm going to die soon. I really don't care about any of this shit. There is no legacy for me. I'm going to die, and when I'm dying, that's just going to be something that people talk about because I'm going to be dead. It's not something that I get to enjoy. And so it's something that's very real for him. So he didn't have an ego involved. He got to set his family up with $20 million. He got to change his narrative all over again. He got to make more money and not get harmed. You understand? Because Jake Paul was not going to harm him. There was an understanding you're not going to get harmed. This is a business move. This is sports and entertainment. And the problem was is people got emotional and they responded emotionally, and then that's what happens. They developed expectations, and then everybody's flabbergasted or this or everybody's. And I told y'all this was going to happen. Mike Tyson was not a good fighter 20 years ago when he got knocked out by a nobody for less than $100,000. So for him, in his mind, for him to go out and to fight, or not really even fight, to have this glorified sparring session with Jake Paul and not get harmed and make $20 million, that is a win for him. He doesn't give a fuck about the ego the egotistical identity that y'all have created from the myth of Mike Tyson, the boxer. Mike Tyson is the businessman and the family man. Said, I'm just going to secure this bag. Because I'm already close to death in my life. And I'm already an old man. And all the rest of that shit really doesn't fucking matter. But this is what I can do to set my people up for ages now. And so it's a very interesting conundrum because Jake Paul takes these old washed up fighters, and he, especially the UFC guys, and he pays them more money than they've ever been paid before. And in order for him to beat him up or to have these fake fights, because it does look like he does signal Tyron Woodley that he's going to hit him before he hits him. Now, you have to take a hit like that to get knocked out, so that's something else. But there is certain stuff that when I look at it, I more or less start to see it as something that is, it was just smoke and mirrors. Like, they played on your expectations. They played on your emotions and your expectations. And they that is well within their rights to do as far as business. But they also publicly had a public humiliation ritual kind of that went on in the mix with that. And it wasn't in the sense that you think where it's just like, we're going to show you that even the baddest motherfucker on the planet, he's going to need me. I'm going to pay him. I'm going to beat him up in front of everybody. And like I said, the fight doesn't have to be fake. It can be fake or it doesn't have to be. Because Mike is 58 years old and couldn't fight 20 years ago. And so if even if it wasn't fake, all I gotta do is stay nimble and not get knocked out by him, and he can't pull the trigger. He's a fucking old ass man. And we have this understanding of what's gonna happen. And so all of this shit is what it is, and it's cheesy, and I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? You have to just ask yourself these questions. Why didn't they show Jake Paul naked? Why did the cameraman pan to that of all things in that room? That is a professional Netflix cameraman. That is something that they did on purpose. It's not like Mike, what people laugh at. Oh, Mike is crazy. Mike just walked off. He was in his dressing room. That, like, he was doing what he was doing. And so that it was that cameraman that took that upon him and made everybody to make a joke and a meme out of him. And the next thing you know, it's also let's put Mike Tyson in here, and it's so bad that Jake Paul could have hurt Mike real bad. Jake Paul could have hurt Mike real bad. That's what it's funny. They made him seem like a monster building up, like he still got it. They put all these training videos out. They had Mike Tyson slap him. They did all this stuff. So you start to think in your brain, this might be the old Mike Tyson. You forget the odds that were heavily in Jake Paul's favor. You put your bets on Mike Tyson. Fuck that. There's no way that this white boy from Disney Channel is about to knock out the big bad Mike Tyson. And by the time it was over with, they spun it to the point to where now you think this white boy from Disney Channel had to show mercy on the big bad Mike Tyson, because if he didn't show mercy, he would have hurt Mike real bad. You better pay attention. And so it was just a humbling. When I say a humiliation ritual, it was like them publicly humbling Mike. But Mike, they have to understand, they didn't beat Mike. They humbled us as people and our expectations of Mike. You understand? They changed our expectations of who Mike Tyson is and what Mike Tyson is capable of. But they absolutely did not affect Mike at all, because Mike wasn't fucked up about it. Mike knew he couldn't fight. You're a boxer. You think you know that Mike knew he couldn't fight? Mike sits around and smokes weed 24/7. And yeah, he got in some shape because he's always had that build since he was 13 years old. But the fact of the matter is, Mike knew what was up. He knew what was going down. He knew what this was. But for him, he didn't have no ego involved. He secured the bag. So it's a very complicated situation to look at that fight this weekend. But the fact of the matter is, I told y'all all of this exactly on Friday. Did I not tell y'all this shit on Friday? I don't even like to make predictions. And I didn't really. I just told y'all what was going to happen. I said, no, this is what it is. Mike is old already. Mike couldn't fight in his last fight. You need to temper your expectations of who Mike Tyson is. And you also have to understand that this is not real. And so that plays into Uranus sextile to Neptune, because like they made so much money off projection. Like it wasn't what it wasn't. That's a tongue tie. It wasn't what it really was. I never get tongue tied like that. It wasn't what it really was until you realize that's what it is. You understand? And then it all makes sense. Like, damn. Damn, homie.
Battery low. Please charge.
Shut the fuck up. Sorry. I hope y'all didn't hear that. But yeah.
Power off.
That's what that is, cuz. And then Neptune is at 27 degrees of Pisces. So, Neptune is going to be retrograde until December 7th. And this just more or less speaks to us seeing things from a different perspective right now. Like, people think that they see it for what it really is right now. But no, you see, once again, you're just seeing what you want to see. Once again, you're just satisfying your expectations through projections. You understand? And the whole world operates off projection. It doesn't matter what it really is anymore. It matters what the projection is. And people develop expectations off these projections. And so, man, you can't really trust anything or anybody. You can only trust how you feel inside of you. That's the only thing that's real in this whole world. Everything else is just a projection. And so how you feel, that's what you need to figure out. That's what you need to let be your guide in all things in life at this moment in time. Please. Natural Mystique, smile right fucking now before I get mad. Is it Mystic or Mystique? You still didn't clarify earlier. I'm sleepy, y'all. Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn. Just for this last day, I already spoke on this. This is just where it's like, this is where you dig in, you grit. This is where you get so frustrated that tomorrow, it's like you have to start looking for solutions. It's one of those times like, you know what, as soon as this hits and this shifts from 29 degrees of Capricorn to 0 degrees of Aquarius, there is a dynamic shift that comes about right here. It's just all going to involve mindset. Like, man, all of a sudden you're like, something must be done. And so you do it. You do it. And then Chiron, 19 degrees of Aries, you, as I said earlier, have to understand, once you're acknowledging that there's an issue, once you're aware that's an issue, then you're also accountable for whatever that issue is. All right. And then Lilith is opposite to Chiron at 15 degrees of Libra, and that just means, look, all that people-pleasing shit, that disingenuous, is it disingenuity or disingenuousness? See that? I'm sleepy. I don't know which one it would be, but either way, that fakeness, like, it's not gonna help anything. And you avoiding shit and sugarcoating shit's not gonna help anything. Sometimes you gotta confront things. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. The North Node in Aries says the same thing. Do what you gotta do for you, regardless of what anybody else thinks about it or regardless of what their opinion of what your business is. Just do what you gotta do. I don't think you heard me. Bitch, just do what the fuck you gotta do. I need a drink. Mind your business and act accordingly, and don't get caught up in people pleasing. You don't need to impress anybody, just be impressive. You understand that? With Mars trying to the North Node, you don't have to impress him, just be impressive. So yeah. If you're watching this, we have about 20, 30 more minutes. I need you to get naked in front of your phone or your computer screen right now. Did you hear that? Chief, did you hear that? But yeah, that's what's up with that. We'll be back on Wednesday. But I'm operating on 3 hours of sleep. I stayed up real late last night. I busted 2 nuts. The Scorpio season is draining and depleting me. I just ain't in my top form as far as energy. I feel great. I'm happy. I'm jovial. But I'm sleepy. I'm trying to go eat a piece of cake. Y'all don't love me anyway. Y'all don't appreciate shit. We might just go for 20 more minutes, then I'm out. Fuck that. 20 more minutes and I'm out. That's 2.5 hours. Then I'll be back on Wednesday. So if you have anything you need to talk about, let's get it out of the way. If you have anything we need to express, we're in our feelings about, because the moon is in Cancer, let's get it out of the way. Because I'm tired and I'm hungry. And the Cowboys played a little bit. I got to center myself for this game. Temper my expectations. Might need to bust a nut before the game. Just make sure that I'm contained. Pluto in Aquarius tomorrow, and it's your birthday. Should you be mindful of this? Yes. Because you should be mindful of it anyway, because in your solar return chart, Pluto is going to be sitting either right there in Aquarius or 29 degrees of Capricorn. And there's a difference between the two, but they're both going to be very powerful expressions for the year ahead of you. So yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So let me know. Virgo in the 5th house. Any advice? You're struggling in that house. You need to get the stick out of your ass and relax. It's hard for you to relax. You want everything to be perfect, and you can't chill unless everything is perfect. And like, man, sometimes you just need to chill the fuck out. It's easier said than done, because that's why Virgo is in the 5th house. But yeah, you have to find some type of way to healthily give yourself some time to enjoy yourself, and understand that's important for your health too. So yeah. Speak now or forever. Hold your peace. Hold my peace. We'll be back. Come on, we got 18 more minutes, 17 more minutes. Let's make it count. Before I cut it off on y'all right now, I'm sleepy. Oh, I got it. Let me send this to I have an inquiring client about some services. Sports Kid, what's up, bro? The fuck? I appreciate it. Asaya. Asya. Or is it, I said Asaya. Asya. Asya. Asia. Or is it Asiya? I see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. All right. I'm sleepy. I feel like a little kid. You know them little kids when they get real bad right before they get sleepy. So it's Asaya. It is Asaya. But yeah, I feel like one of them little kids right before his bedtime. Like, man, I'm loopy and I'm just playful. And there's my baby. Come here. Sorry, that's my dog. Y'all done turned me into one of them white folks with my dog. My dog brought my white side right on out. I love that dog. Oh, I love that dog. He's my baby. I love that damn dog. getting spoiled. 15 more minutes. Anybody got anything they want to say? We're almost done. We're almost done. I mean, might be less than 15 minutes. Shit. What's that gonna matter? Might be going in a minute. So does anybody have anything to say, or we gonna end it for today? Y'all wanna go on about your day? Y'all wanna see me on Wednesday? We'll come back with some prices on Wednesday. And depending on where the moon is, whether it's in Leo or not, we'll just answer questions the whole time. We might not even do the transits. We might not even speak on no motherfucking transits, even though Pluto is. We already spoke about Pluto and Aquarius. Like, it's pretty simple. The world's about to change. We'll talk more about it soon. But yeah. Sports kid, I feel tired as fuck, bro. I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy right now. Like, that's why I'm about to go early. I'm finna go to sleep in a minute. Usually I'm here for 3 to 4 hours. Today we're going to end it at 2.5 hours. And even that's a long time. I've been here as long as I can be. Asaya. Core, me too. I ain't got Jupiter in the first house, but I got a big back. And then I thought, oh, well, I'm going to stop eating in the daytimes. And what I'll do is just eat at night. Well, the problem is I starve myself at night. And so when it's dinner time, I'm going so fucking ham. And then I fall right asleep, so it doesn't help anything. It just sits on me. But yeah, I'll fucking wait all day. I'm like, man, I'm going to fast all day. I'm only going to eat at night. But when I do eat at night, I fuck that dinner meal. I fuck some shit up. I'm so hungry that I just overindulge, gorge myself, pass the fuck out, wake up, gain 2 pounds in the middle of the night. Like, shit is a trip. And I used to could never gain weight. I turned 38 and just started gaining weight rapidly. Like, what the fuck? Long as my dick don't shrink, I'm okay. But they do say when you get fat, that pelvis starts to get fatter. That thing start to... And I can't do it. I can't have it. You understand? I'm still young and virile. But yeah. Shut up. Who is that? Who is that? All right, that's enough. You better not say nothing else. I said stop. I'm the one that got it. That was me. That was me. You better shut your Capricorn ass up. You don't run nothing in here. I'm in charge. Go to sleep. You better not growl again. You better shut it up. You better shut up. Look at Saturn's goat. I don't. Lord knows I don't. Good Lord. Lord knows I don't. Good Lord, no. It's not possible. The Art of Being React said you should not contact your ex and tell him that you want him to chubby bunny in your mouth because of consequences of what you say. What is a chubby bunny? Hold up. You said the right mix of words right there. This Scorpio season. Now, what is a chubby bunny? What type of freaky shit y'all on? Now, tell us. We can talk about this for a minute. Saturn's goat. You know damn well I don't. I touch kidney every time. Now, anyway, back to... But I still don't want to get my pelvis get too... Because, I mean, that belly is there. I got this chest still. My chest is still swole because I still do a lot of push-ups. You know, you see the ridge right there. You see I'm still... But I'm in the big back community. Don't get it twisted. I just know how to present myself well. Shut. Didn't I say to stop? What is my profession? I am a professional astrologer. What do you mean? Numerologist, coach, mentor, mystic. All of those things. Shut the fuck up and stop growling. You don't run nothing. Wait, who is that? All right, I'm gonna leave you alone. Who is that? You do not run nothing. Come here. Don't make that sound. He said, my baby. Come here. No, I mean, I don't do that for a living, no. I'm actually quite successful as an astrologer, a numerologist, and coach and mentor. I've had a successful apprentice. I was about to say I'm successful. I still have one that's working on it. But I got people that's got their own practices that learn from me. I have a branch. You know how they be like, this is Bill Belichick's coaching tree. I have a branch now. I have my own tree. Just get started just by learning. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Who is that then? Who is that then? Who is that? All right. It ain't nobody. It ain't nobody. It ain't nobody. I promise. Can y'all hear the dog? He's still growling. Can you hear him? Chief, who is that out there? Who is that? Get him. That's scary. That wasn't. Who is that? Can y'all hear my dog? Sorry. I got carried away with my puppy. Sorry. Y'all got anything to say before we go? There's only 5 people here. Speak now, forever hold your peace. We're out until Wednesday. I gotta put some clothes on. Going here and eat me a piece of cake. What did we eat last night? I don't know. What did we eat last night? Chief, what did we eat last night? Meatloaf. We ate meatloaf last night. We ate vegan meatloaf. There's no such. I don't care what they say. There's no such thing as vegan meatloaf. But yeah, we ate meatloaf last night. For those of y'all that don't like meatloaf, fuck you. We like meatloaf around here. I'm a Cancer. I love meatloaf. Hey, I appreciate everybody's love and support. We're about to go. If y'all are interested in any astrological readings whatsoever, don't ever get at me in my comments. Get at me in my email, which is mr.turner1300@gmail.com. That's mr.turner1300@gmail.com. And I have all types of services that I offer. I've been here as long as I can be here today. Send me an email. I'll send you a price list, and that'll also give you a menu of the different services that I offer, and in the different ways that I offer said services. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is going to be an amazing experience. And I just want to tell y'all, remember, just because you're built like that doesn't mean you have to build like that. And what I mean is, we all have all of this energy available to us in some way, form, or fashion. What you do with it is what you do with it. And even beyond that, It's not about what you do. It's about how you do it. And that's some priceless knowledge in itself. But this has been some priceless knowledge of self. I hope this is everything that it needs to be for you. We're out of here. God bless.